Live from the Lewis Brown Athletic Center. Live from the Lewis Brown Athletic Center, affectionately known as the RAC, on the campus of Rutgers University in Piscataway, New Jersey, the NFHS Network is proud to present the 2018 Boys Basketball Championships. And the final game of our championship quadruple header, it's the Group 1 title between the Cougars of Cresskill taking on the Thundering Herd from Woodbury. Once again, this is Larry Kearney on the call along with Matt Jullis. We're going to have the start of the match coming up as this is the final game, Group 1, between Woodbury and Cresskill. But first, we're going to have this break here on the NFHS Network.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
And we're back here on the NFHS Network for this Group 1 NJSIAA championship between the Cresskill Cougars and the Woodbury Thundering Herd. Woodbury coming in with a record of 20-11, looking to avenge their loss last season to Verona right here on a game that was broadcast on the NFHS Network, and looking to avenge that loss, coming in against Cresskill, a tough matchup, 29-2, as the teams are getting introduced. And Matt, what are some of the keys to this game for both teams?
So keys to the game that we're going to be looking at for Cresskill, win streak. They started off very strong into the season, 23-game win streak before that loss to Don Bosco Prep in the Bergen County Jamboree semifinal, and bring it home. This is a big appearance for them, fourth appearance in the Group 1 championship game. They've never won a title. They're looking to bring their first back to Cresskill, New Jersey. For Woodbury, Aaron Estrada. He has been the man all season long for the Thundering Herd. If Estrada goes, so goes Woodbury's game today. If they slow down Estrada, it could be a very long evening for the Herd. And spreading the floor, they need to make sure that everything doesn't just go through Estrada, that he obviously is integral to what they do, but getting it around, making sure that others are involved in the course of this game today. Woodbury also looking for their first championship. They lost in this game last year, 69-54, so this is a return trip for them.
And Woodbury, like you mentioned, led by junior guard Aaron Estrada. He has over 1,500 points in his career, averaging 21.4 points a game. And also Tommy Carter as well, junior guard, with 9.4 points a game. Their coach is first-year man Mark DiRogiris. He lost 4 starters from last year. They did beat Glassboro 63-52 to win their second straight South Jersey Group 1 title. Estrada scored 20 points in that game. Like you mentioned also before, they've never won a championship. Last year they lost to Verona, as I mentioned earlier, in last year's Group 1 final, 69-54. Estrada had 13 points and 6 rebounds. Estrada also had 19 of 30 points in the second half of this year's semifinal against Point Pleasant Beach. He also had 11 rebounds and 4-6 turnovers. Woodbury has 3 championship game appearances, 1934 in Group 3, and in Group 1 in 2010 and 2017, looking to get their first one here.
So Woodbury in the white jerseys, yellow trim. The Cresskill Cougars, black jerseys, yellow trim.
And off the tip, Cresskill wins it, but right off the bat, they turn the ball over. And there you go. There's number 1, Aaron Estrada. This will be this guy, the kid, looking to avenge last year's loss. Still a junior with over 1,500 career points in his stellar career here at Woodbury High School. Gets it over to Tommy Carter, who misses short on that one. Battle for the ball, rebounded by Michael Ferrara. Gets it over to, that was Wellington Ventura for the first points of the game for Cresskill.
Very quick outlet pass there, and Ventura dipping it in for the dish.
Cresskill is also led by Harrison Lucabella, 12.8 points a game, followed by Luka Radovich, 17.1. Ventura has 12.2. And here's Estrada from the elbow, and he hits it. So setting the pace, the opening pace for Woodbury. They take a 3-2 lead.
Ball movement, very key, getting others involved. We've seen it from Cresskill. Woodbury doing the exact same thing before it finally got to Estrada at the elbow.
And Woodbury does start off in a 2-3 here. Bit of a soft 2-3, not letting the ball get too much across. Foul line jumper that time, no good. Estrada with the rebound. And he gets it across over to Carter with a deuce. And Woodbury takes a 5-2 lead.
Outlet passes both times that opened the floor for Woodbury on the opposite side.
Elbow shot that time from Luchabella, no good. Rebound. And Woodbury takes it across.
That was Wellington Ventura, who went deep in the corner and swatted the ball backwards, and it just went right into the stomach of Tommy Carter, and he was able to drive it down the floor.
Apologize, we don't have number 2 on our scoreboard, on our little score sheet here. We're going to try to take care of that momentarily as Tommy Carter there hits a 3 from the corner. It's now 8-2 in favor of Woodbury.
Woodbury starting to assert dominance on the outlet pass. All 3 plays, outlet, outlet, outlet.
And an air ball that time from Michael Ferrara. And Estrada brings the ball up, dribbling with his left hand. Shot that time, no good from Jason Harvey. And Harvey and Estrada combine on the steal. Tommy Carter trying to put some moves on, but kicks it back to Estrada. We'll reset right here.
But very smart move by Estrada, bringing it back down. Not trying to do everything on his own, realizing that he had Carter open in the point there, just dropping it down into him, letting things settle on the play.
Estrada almost 3 guys on the ball that time, kicking out. And that's number 11 on Woodbury. I apologize, we also do not have his number in our score sheet, but we'll try to sort that out. Cresskill being patient with the ball. Now gets it in. Not a good shot that time from Radovich. He'll get the rebound. 2 guys on the ball, and he's able to put it in. Plus the foul.
So Luka Radovich just getting inside.
A good head fake that time and able to put it back in. Radovich, as we mentioned, senior forward, averaging 17 points a game for Cresskill. And he completes the 3-point play. Woodbury has a 3-point lead, just about halfway through the pretty quick first quarter here at the rack. This is Tommy Carter looking to move, going left. Now bakes it back to the right, pass it over in the basket.
That was Marcus Magruder for Woodbury who got the basket there. Magruder wearing the number 11 jersey for the Thundering Herd. So some names on the roster and a few jersey number changes that have occurred.
That last basket for Cresskill by Wellington Ventura. It's now 10-7 Woodbury. Carter looking to move. Gets it out to now Estrada has the ball from the top. Couple dribbles cross court. Can't put it in. Rebound taken by Luchabella. Luchabella with the left hand. Not able to put in.
And Magruder picking up that loose ball there for Woodbury. Smartly getting the outlet pass.
Estrada backing up here. Taking his time. Slowly setting the play up. Over to Magruder. Very slow pass. This had a little bit of a faster tempo just before, but Woodbury's slowing things down just a little bit here.
They're running a gears play very similar to what you see a lot of soccer teams do, where they'll go fast and then all of a sudden bring it back down and run slow the next time down, then go fast, and it confuses the defenses.
Estrada with that three. He's got 6 points already. It's now 11-7. Apologize, it's actually 13-7 Woodbury. Wide open in the corner, Sikoriak. Take a couple of bounces, and he hits the three. So it's the fourth three already in the first quarter. Combination of both teams. Estrada running the floor here, setting up a play.
I think that shot by Sikoriak bounced like 4 times before it went in.
Here's Tommy Carter going baseline, kicks it out.
So that's actually Jayshawn Harvey who got that hit. So I believe Harvey's actually wearing number 2.
So then I have whoever number 10 is picked up the other foul. We're going to try to figure out.
Which means we've got to figure out who's wearing the number 10 jersey.
Couple attempts here for Cresskill, and they get another chance here. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Wasn't sure if the referee was going to call it going one way, but he actually calls it the other way.
So they are going to call the charge. Wellington Ventura is going to get called for his personal foul. Andre Parker comes in, and then Hakeem Thomas, comes in wearing that number 3 jersey for Woodbury. Hakeem Thomas, a senior, also for this Woodbury Thundering Herd team.
And a turnover for Woodbury, back to Cresskill with 40.7 to go here in the first quarter. 15-10 is the score in favor of the Thundering Herd.
A very stretched out first quarter in terms of play on the floor for Woodbury. They've been utilizing the outlet pass a lot.
The second chance here, and Cresskill will probably hold for one shot unless they can get a good one right here. Going to baseline. That was Sikoriak with the basket. And now Estrada will bring it up with 5 seconds left. Taking the dribble from the top of the key, puts it up, no good. The rebound, but not enough time for Parker to put it back up. So after 1 quarter to play here at the rack, Woodbury leads Cresskill 15-12 here in the final game, our Group 1 championship, the NJSIAA.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
Welcome back to the Rack at Rutgers University on the campus of Piscataway, New Jersey. You're watching NJSIAA basketball on the NFHS Network, your home for all NJSIAA championship action through the fall, winter, and spring seasons. And you can also buy a copy of today's game and all of the games from today. Click the Buy Now button or the Buy DVD button on your video player.
Want to recap quickly as we get the second quarter started. Woodbury in the Group 1 semifinals defeated Point Pleasant Beach 59-46, while Cresskill defeated Bloomfield Tech 67-61 in overtime. In that game, Radovic scored 23 points in overtime. Well, that was the overtime win. Sikoriak had 13 points, including 10 straight in the final 4.5 minutes of the OT session. And Carter is called for travel in that time.
So a 10-second tick off the clock, but nothing positive for Woodbury there.
Harrison Lucibello bringing it up the floor for the Cougars, being guarded by Estrada. Kicks it out to the corner, and Sikoriak is called for traveling. And just like the crowd on the other side, you can't do it, but after the turnover, the other side says the same thing.
Trading travels, trading chance.
This is Tommy Carter. Gets it over to Hakeem Thomas. Now Estrada. Estrada making a move, spinning, putting it up, no good. Rebound by Magruder. And Carter will start things up again. Kicks it out to Magruder. Cross-court pass. That's a Parker. This is Magruder for three, and he hits it. And Woodbury takes a 6-point lead, 18-12. Just about a minute into the period. Over the top pass to Radovic. Can't hold on to it. Estrada with the steal. Taking the time. This is Carter. He's looking for Thomas, but the ball went out of bounds, but it'll stay with Woodbury.
Yeah, Carter wisely seeing that he was going to run out of real estate and basically just dipped it in.
Jay Sean Harvey will check back in. And inbounds pass goes into Thomas, who gets fouled. Luka Radovic picks up the foul. It's his first, the team's second, sending Andre Parker to the line. Well, actually, it looks like it was on the floor, so no free throws there. Parker with the rebound, and this time he will go to the line.
Hakeem Thomas on the putback, getting bumped away. So Wellington Ventura gets called for his second personal third team, and it's going to send Hakeem Thomas to the line for two.
And Thomas nails the first. Puts the Thundering Herd up by 7. And Ben Green will check in for Cresskill. Thomas makes both free throws, puts Woodbury up by 8. Cresskill trying to get something quick here, but they'll reset. This is Sikoriak giving it up to Lucibella. And foul line extended jumper by Radovic, no good. Estrada had the rebound, kicking it out to Carter. And that's Thomas with the basket. Biggest lead of the game now for Woodbury, 22-12.
Right from the free throw line. Stretching it to 10.
This is Green giving it up to Off the glass, Luchabella with the three. (22-15) now for Woodbury. As Estrada trying to do everything he can right here, but he will give the ball up to Carter. Carter looking for Thomas, turns the ball over. And with that, a transition basket for Luchabella. And it's now a 5-point game, 22-17.
And Woodbury's starting to stretch this lead out, is starting to allow them to be able to move the floor a little bit more than they have been, and that could become very damaging for Cresskill.
There's Thomas giving the ball over to now Estrada. Estrada lost the ball, but they will go back to Woodbury. So number 10, Isaiah Bailey, who we actually have listed as number 32 in our program, checks in.
Now we know who committed the foul.
Yes. Here's Marcus Magruder trying to take the basket to the hole and gets hammered, and he'll go to the line.
And that time that will be a shooting foul, so he'll head for two.
So Michael Ferrara picks up the first foul. Team fourth. Woodbury only has one foul in the half. Marcus Magruder shoots two, makes the first one. 23-17 in favor of Woodbury. Looking to win their first Group 1 championship as Magruder makes the second free throw. (24-17). This is Ferrara kicking it out to Green. And the little pass over to Radovich. Can't put it in. Try to slowly bring the ball up with the sensational fake out at the basket that time.
Oh, he just made everybody on the floor look silly. You can hear the O's out of this entire crowd. They just couldn't believe what they saw.
That shot was way off, but the rebound put back in by Ben Green. (26-19) now.
Woodbury's realizing, or at least starting to realize, they have all day to play with here. The more they stretch this lead out, the more I think Woodbury's going to just slow this game down, knowing they don't have to deal with the shot clock, they don't have to deal with timelines as Aaron Estrada dumps another two in. 28-19, and you can just see the pace of play Woodbury is moving to. More and more possession play, just get the ball around the perimeter before they finally take that shot in.
A long three that time for Michael Ferrara. Now 28-22.
It's still only a 6-point split. And you've got 3 minutes to play, and we're only in the first half. So this game's far from over, but you could definitely see Woodbury trying to change the nature of the play.
At the same time, you don't want Estrada to take over the game, which he's trying to do right now. And Estrada kicks it out to Harvey, who makes the three. And the lead back up to 9, 31-22.
Jay-Sean Harvey cools the other side of the pillow with those pink shoes, too.
That time the ball went off the hands of Woodbury. Cresskill keeps it as Tommy Carter checks back in for Andre Parker.
And a foul on the inbound.
Immediately called on Isaiah Bailey. That's going to be his second. And it is a team second also.
It's kind of interesting that the only foul you actually ever see on an inbound is a push.
That's true.
you're really not going to see anything else get called other than a push foul.
Once in a while, you might see a trip, but yeah, you're right. 90% of the time, it's a push. Here's Sikoriak. That's a Radovic. Back out to Luchabello. Gives it inside to Green. And they called a kick ball on Estrada, although it might have actually been pretty close to a turnover. I think it went off his leg. And the inbounds pass immediately goes into Radovic, and he makes the basket and will go to the line for one.
Yeah, I was hoping we were going to get a replay on that ball. It was kind of tossed down into his legs as if they were looking to try to get the bounce off and have it go out of bounds. But unfortunately, it kind of just stuck there, and I guess they decided to go call the kick because it was bouncing in between his legs.
As Radovic makes that free throw, but also at the same time, it didn't necessarily look like there was any kind of kicking motion to say that that was a kick ball, but that's not how the referee saw it. So 31-25 now with 2:20 left to go here in the first half. Estrada taking his time, being guarded by Sikoriak. Gets it out to Harvey. Gets it in from Magruder, and Estrada will reset once again. Another 2 minutes to go now in the first half. This is Parker. Gets it out to Carter. Carter for three, and a little off that time. Rebounded by Luchabella. Gets it out. Mishandling by Radovic in the turnover. Woodbury runs back. And off the top, that was immediately called a offensive foul on Carter. Could be questioned to see if that was clean. Looked like he might have been moving on that one just a little bit, but tough to tell. Could have also made a non-call if
he
was
to go set in place as Carter came in. I think his movement happened because of him getting bumped by Carter. So taking a look at that, yeah, it's one of those 50-50s, but I think you got to go with that with the referee. And what a shot by Michael Ferrara. And all of a sudden, we're at 31-28 with 1:19 play.
30-second timeout called by Woodbury. We're going to keep it right here. So just when he looked like Woodbury might try to pull this one away, Cresskill just hanging right in there. Aaron Estrada so far with 10 points, Tommy Carter with 5, and Marcus Magruder with 7 for Woodbury. As for Cresskill, Harrison Luchabella and George Sikoriak both have 5 points, and Luka Radovic with 6, as well as Michael Ferrara. So balanced scoring for both teams, so to say.
Yeah, Group 4 game in the girls has gone final. Franklin 70-30 over Toms River North. So University, Manasquan, Old Tappan, and Franklin take home championships today in the girls' games down at Toms River North. And all of those games also were featured on NFHS Network today. Dean Perry and the crew down there in South Jersey handling all of that action.
Congratulations to all the girls winners and then and all our earlier boys winners. So we're in the finale of our quadruple hitter here at the rack. Parker not able to make that one. And we're in the minute now here in the first half.
3 ties this game. 2 puts it to a 1-point game. This game is nowhere near over. As that rolls around.
Green couldn't get it to go, but Radovic was able to put it back in, and it's now a 1-point game. 31-30 for Woodbury. Coach Dan Aguirre trying to get his team settled in. And it looks like Woodbury will try to hold for one as Estrada is guarded heavily by Sikoriak. Right by half court. Down to 15. Estrada trying to take this one-on-one right here. Going left, right, and it went off his foot. So trying to psych Sikoriak to fall down. Didn't work that time. Now with 8.7 to go, Cresskill has a chance to take the lead going into the locker room.
You can only hit the X button one too many times before the ball finally trips out of you.
Here's Sikoriak keeping it up. This is Radovich off the glass, no good. And Farrar cannot put it back in, and we've reached halftime. Woodbury with a 31-30 lead here in the Group 1 Boys Basketball Championship here at the Lewis Brown Athletic Center, affectionately known as the RAC, with another 16 minutes to go in the final game of our 4-game set here. So with that, we're going to take this time out here at halftime. We're going to have some halftime activities coming up. You're watching the Group 4 Championship on the NFHS Network.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who's in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
This game is brought to you by Under Armour, maker of the world's best apparel, footwear, and accessories. Check out the full line of performance gear now at UA.com. Under Armour, I will.
You know, the Greek philosopher Aristotle said, you are what you repeatedly do. But in our book, we say you are what you repeatedly do when things get hard. When you look at the naysayers and the haters, and there's a million of them, but you take it upon yourself to erase all doubt. Get that doubt out of here. So my apologies to Aristotle, but excellence doesn't become a habit by running the same path over and over. The excellent ones just step up to the line and ask, what's the record? Under Armour, get your feet straight.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who's in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, cause onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
Halftime back here at the Rec on the campus of Rutgers University, Woodbury, leading Cresskill 31-30. Joined once again by Terry Collins from It's All About Sports Network. And Terry, so goes Aaron Estrada, so goes Woodbury's offense.
Yeah, so far, as expected, as we've seen in the playoffs with Woodbury, they're going to ride their leader throughout this game. We've also seen some big play today by Jayshawn Harvey, who I believe has about 8 points. Both of them have hit some big three-point shots. Estrada's got the outside shot going, and that's what Woodbury's going to need going into the second half if they're going to come up with this school's first state group championship here today. So
yeah, for Cresskill, it's really been Radovich, Ventura, and Sikoriak trying to run the gamut for them, and Sikoriak's been having to go one-on-one with Estrada and defensively has not been able to stop him.
Yeah, and again, Cresskill has 2 losses for a reason. They didn't come here to just play a good game against Woodbury. They came to win, and like I said, they played a great game, overtime win against Bloomfield Tech the other day. We don't know if maybe that has some type of maybe fatigue factor for them, so we'll see how they continue in the second half. They've weathered the storm. You know, Woodbury has put a couple punches on them, but to me, what's the difference is right now with this 1-point lead is Woodbury has not boxed out and is losing the battle right now on the offensive glass. So Cresskill has done a good job of offensive rebounding as well as getting second chance points here, which is the reason why, again, we're at a 1-point lead here.
We've seen a lot of loose balls on both sides. What do both of these teams need to do to clean things up in the second half?
Well, again, both teams have to understand the situation here. There's a state Group 1 championship title on the line. Every loose ball in a close game like this is going to matter one way or other. Any type of possession arrow change, anything like that. So it's going to boil down to what team wants it more, what team is willing to put it all out there, you know, no matter what, and dive on the floor, slide on the floor, whatever they have to do for that possession. So I expect a good game the rest of the way.
Really quickly, who gets this game home for Cresskill?
I'm sorry?
Who gets this game home for Cresskill?
I believe, right now you've got Radovich, but again, we've seen play in the paint where the big guys are offensive rebounding. We could see somebody down low pick up a couple of offensive rebounds that could be the difference in this game.
We know Aaron Estrada and what he can do. Who brings it home for Woodbury?
Well, I think, again, you've got Estrada as the star, and the role players are Jayshawn Harvey, Marcus Magruder. You got Tommy Carter. You got Andre Parker. I think we need to see a little bit more from Tommy Carter, not necessarily from the three-point line, but in the playoffs he's been able to drive and pick up some good baskets. We haven't seen much of that from him in the first half. So between Magruder, Harvey, and Carter, I think one of those three have to make some big plays in the second half, and Woodbury will have a chance to win their first state group championship.
All right, thanks, Terry. We really appreciate everything you guys have done with us today. We're going to take a quick break, bring it right back for the second half on the NFHS Network.
You know, the Greek philosopher Aristotle said, you are what you repeatedly do. But in our book, we say you are what you repeatedly do when things get hard. when you look at the naysayers and the haters, and there's a million of them, but you take it upon yourself to erase all doubt. Get that doubt out of here. So my apologies to Aristotle, but excellence doesn't become a habit by running the same path over and over. The excellent ones just step up to the line and ask, what's the record? Under Armour, get your feet straight.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
And welcome back to the Lewis Brown Athletic Center, affectionately known as the RAC, Rutgers Athletic Center, for our Group 4 NJSIAA Boys Basketball Championship between Woodbury and Cresskill. The start of the third quarter coming up. Woodbury has a 1-point lead, 31-30. And right now, the scoring summary is Aaron Estrada leads Woodbury with 10 points, followed by Marcus Magruder with 7. Cresskill is led by Luka Radovic with 8 points, but right now it looks like it's anybody's ball game. Woodbury trying to take command right here, but Cresskill keeping things intact right here. And we start the third quarter here with Cresskill. This is Luchabella losing the ball. Estrada will bring the ball up now. Running the floor, goes to the right, switches hands, now gets it over to Carter for 3, no good. Rebound by Radovic.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe Creskill's actually led at a point in this game, and they're now looking for a chance at it.
Here is Michael Ferrara for 3, and just like that, Cresskill takes his first lead of the game. That is Ferrara's third 3 of the game.
Ferrara has come off the bench and driven the Cresskill bus right through the Woodbury defense.
Woodbury setting up, backing it up. Here's Magruder. Looking to make a move. He gets to get fouled by Luchabella. That's his first foul. So 33-31, Cresskill with a 2-point lead. Cresskill outscored Woodbury 18-16 in the second quarter. This is Tommy Carter. Now in the corner. And here's a 3-ball by Magruder, no good. Rebound by Bailey, gets it out to Estrada from the top of the key, no good. And a battle for the loose ball. That's going to stay right here. Great defensive play by Bailey to keep the ball on Woodbury's side. It's going to be a foul on Wellington Ventura. It's his third personal.
Yeah, and you're only a minute and a half into the third quarter. It's not a great spot to be at a third personal.
That doesn't help either with Aaron Estrada making that basket. Ties the game up at 33. Luchabella. Now he'll just pop the ball up with the left hand. He makes it.
Silky smooth from Harrison Luchabella right at the top.
So Cresskill now with a 3-point lead, 36-33. As Estrada gets it out to Carter. Carter making the move to the basket, gets blocked by Radovic. Here's Sikoriak to the basket. He can't go anywhere. Estrada takes the ball, gets it out to Carter. Carter one-on-one and gets a piece of that, but Harvey puts the ball back in. 36-35 now in favor of Cresskill. Bounce pass over to Ferrara. A 3-ball from Ushabella. Once again, that's his third 3 of the game. He has 11.
He goes to the top, he goes to the elbow, he goes to the perimeter. 3-3-3.
And speaking of which, that's all that Cresskill has hit so far. 3 threes in this quarter.
And a 4-point split now.
Magruder with the tough shot there, no good. Loose ball taken by Ushabella. One on the floor going behind the back against Estrada, pulls the ball back out now. Here's Ferrara inside, great look to Ventura. And Cresskill with their largest lead now, 41-35. We're going to have a full timeout for Woodbury. And with that, we're going to take this break here on the NFHS Network. We'll come back with more Group 1 championship action in a moment. Cresskill on an 11-2 run to start the third quarter, up 41-35. Matt, how have they done it so far?
It's really been ball control, and it's been forcing Woodbury to have to go outside. So they're basically making Woodbury have to open up. They're not allowing to drive inside, so they're getting turnovers. And with that, they're stretching Woodbury so much that they're able to quick outlet back. And it's been really Cresskill on quick outlets, giving them time, giving them space, and letting them set up for the 3-ball.
And I also think that Woodbury having some issue with Aaron Estrada getting the ball. They've been passing it around, but unfortunately only Estrada and Harvey with the baskets in this quarter, and everything else has not fallen in for anybody else. So as we mentioned before, others have to be involved if Woodbury wants a chance to win this game.
And they did it very well in the first quarter and then even in the second quarter, but all of a sudden it's become a two-dimensional game for Woodbury, and if it becomes one-dimensional, they're done.
Estrada taking the ball, passing it out to Carter. Going to go inside. Ball is stolen by Radovich. And a great flip that time, but a nice block. That was Isaiah Bailey on the block, which would have led to the easy basket for Cresskill.
Isaiah Bailey with his best Dikembe Mutombo impersonation.
Only I don't think he did the finger wagging after that.
He did not do that.
Cresskill will start up here. Lucibella now trying to drive. Bounce pass over to Sikoriak. Sikoriak can't go anywhere. Gets across court over to Ferrara. Ferrara with the 3, and he hits it! That's Ferrara's 4th 3 of the game. He has 12. Cresskill up 9.
And Michael Ferrara has been the complete difference since he came into this game for Cresskill. They are getting options outside on the perimeter now, and it has become a dagger for Woodbury.
And Michael Ferrara, we did not even mention him during the pregame show, has put on a show himself right now. There's Aaron Estrada being double-teamed. Picking it out back to Carter. Carter trying to make the move. Gets it across. 3-point attempt there, no good. And the rebound by Radovich. Cross-court pass stolen. Woodbury on the break. They don't have numbers, and they will try to pull it back, and they do. Wide open that time is Magruder, no good. Loose ball, and handled by Lucibella.
Here's a problem I've seen out of Woodbury's last 3 possessions. 3 attempt, 3 attempt, 3 attempt. All of them missing. If you're missing that much, stop going to the 3. Just play small ball. You've got 2:46 left in this third quarter and another 8 minutes to play. You're not in desperation mode yet because this is not a far-off game at 9 points.
And Isaiah Bailey just picked up his 3rd foul, and he's going to come out of the game. Andre Parker checks back in. And the three-point attempt by Luchabella, no good. Rebounded by Parker, and he's going to draw the foul. Ben Green will be charged with that one. That's his first foul. Cresskill started the half. Up 44-35 with 2.5 left to go here in the third quarter.
That could become interesting down the line that Cresskill has committed 3 fouls so far in this half. Woodbury only 1, so they're inching themselves closer to picking up the bonus.
Estrada nowhere to go, kicks it back out to Carter. Cresskill in the man-to-man. Gets it out to Harvey. Harvey looking to drive, gets into the paint, and that's swatted away by Green. Luchabella trying to go inside, and he puts it in with the left hand. And coming back to break is Harvey, and he draws the foul. And that's going to be Ben Green's second. This will send Jay-Sean Harvey to the line for 2. Lead keeps extending 46-35 as Harvey makes that free throw back to 10.
And a chance to get it back to 9 here with the second end.
And he makes the back end of the freebies. And it is down to 9, 46-37. Cresskill running back. Here's Luchabella for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound by Ferrara. Kicks it back out, and it's stolen by Carter. Carter gets it out to Estrada. Pulls up jumper, and he gets the friendly roll. So 46-39 with a minute and a half to go now.
Two points on the freebies, 2 points on the jump shot inside this time. That's all you got to do. Defensive plays and then push them back little by little.
And looked like Green had lost the ball, but may have been tipped by Magruder out of bounds, so Cresskill keeps the ball underneath their own basket. Here's Luchabella. Kicks it out to Radovic. Over to Ferrara. Inside, great block to Sikoriak. Can't hit that. Tries again. Second chance, no good. He gets his own rebound. This is Radovic. Back to Luchabella with under a minute to go. Cresskill passing the ball continuously. And it pays off as Radovic makes that. And it's now 48-39. Trying to distribute the ball, but now looking to go to the basket. And that time he puts it home. So now a 7-point game with 30 seconds to go. Cresskill will more than likely look for one shot right here. Actually, it looks like they're going to go inside. Nice look at that time, but they call a jump ball, and the possession will go back to Woodbury.
Very smart, clean play there by both Estrada and Magruder to lock that ball up.
So with 15 seconds to go, Estrada will slowly bring it up here. Going with the left hand, trying to dribble it around, gets it up, no good. Rebound Luchabella will take it up with 5 seconds. Going with the left hand, the scoop, and the foul. I think there might have been a little bit of a hit check. And the foul was called on Sean Harvey, Jay-Sean Harvey, rather, that's his second.
Yeah, that's a, oh man. That's an interesting call right there. Luchabella put his hip into the Woodbury player who was a good 3 steps away.
Luchabella missing that one. Sam Gelman will check in now for Cresskill.
Still only the second committed foul of the half for Woodbury, though.
And he makes the back end of the free throws with 3 seconds to go. Carter will put this one up from half court and hits the left side of the backboard. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Cresskill with a very nice run here, 49-41, going to the final 8 minutes of this Group 4 championship here at the RAC. We're going to take a break here on the NFHS Network and be back with the final 8 minutes of the game in a moment.
Olive Garden delivers the final moments. Bring home Italian favorites and they'll cheer for you on game day. Olive Garden is the official dining room of high school sports, and with the new catering delivery service, you never have to miss a moment.
And we're back here at the RAC for this Group 1 championship game between Cresskill and Woodbury. Cresskill outscoring Woodbury 19-10 in the third quarter to take a 49-41 lead. Larry Courtney with Matt Jolas, and right now Harrison Luchabella has been the star so far for Cresskill with 13 points, including 9 in the last quarter. But Michael Ferrara as well with 4 threes in the game has 12 points for Cresskill.
Yeah, and for Woodbury, they were running 5-dimensional. All of a sudden it's become 2-dimensional, and really to 1. We saw the back couple of minutes of that third quarter was just Aaron Estrada trying to do everything, and we talked about this in the beginning of the game, that if Aaron Estrada tries to do everything on his own, it can become a very long night.
Estrada does have 16 points, but the next leading scorer is Jay Sean Harvey with 7. Shot that time no good from Ventura. And here comes Estrada. Going hard to the basket with the left hand. No good. Battle for the ball. We're going to call a jump ball, and possession will stay with Woodbury.
But right there was a perfect example of what we just talked about. Cresskill ball, shot, rebound, Aaron Estrada, and Aaron Estrada takes it completely the length of the floor on his own.
And with the inbounds pass, the basket by Andre Parker cuts the deficit to 6, 49-43. And a turnover for Cresskill. And Woodbury gets the ball right back. Looking to slim the margin a little more. Once again, Aaron Estrada. I think he's going to be the one that he's still going to want to take the ball himself, trying to distribute around, but knowing that game's on the line with him, with the ball in his hands. Here's Estrada against Sikoriak. Kicks it out to Parker, no good. Rebound by Ferrara. Ferrara taking it one-on-one against Estrada, and Estrada's going to be called for the foul. That's only his first foul. Woodbury started the half. Take the ball out underneath. Ferrara gets it into Ventura and gets it into Radovich for the deuce. Back up to 8 now for Cresskill, 51-43.
And that's where Creskill's working right. 3 people touch the ball within a 5-foot space, but it results in 2 points.
There's Tommy Carter. Looks like he's trying to find Aaron Estrada, who's posting up underneath. Gets the ball to Estrada. Here is Harvey for 3. He hits it. Down to 5 now, 51-46.
Yeah, that was huge for Jay Sean Harvey to hit that 3.
Woodbury trying to hang in there. Cresskill still with the tempo. The 3 ball from Radovich. He hits it. Just like that. Back up to 8. So Woodbury needs to get some stops on the other end. They want to get back in this game. Here is Carter for three from the top. No good. Rebounded by Radovich. Luchabella brings the ball up. Gets it across to Ferrara. And the ball goes off of the leg of Estrada. That was clearly a kickball.
Woodbury has apparently stopped following their shots. I've noticed this on the last few possessions. As soon as the ball goes up, everyone starts to back away. It's allowing Cresskill to just easily get the defensive rebound.
Here's Luchabella with the scoop. No good. And the ball goes off Luchabella. And Woodbury gets the ball. So 5.5 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Woodbury still trails by 8, 54-46. Aaron Estrada, the 1,500-point scoring machine, try to pull this team back. Kicks it out to Harvey for three, no good. Rebound, put back and in for Marcus Magruder. So again, a 6-point game. Woodbury needs to make some stops here. And there's the steal right there for Estrada. Going to the basket.
And
puts it in. And the foul.
Aaron Estrada did exactly what they needed to do. Get into the alley, find the errant pass, make the stop, and do it with space so that he gets around. And it forced Cresskill to have to cheat back very quickly. A lot of times on quick turnaround plays like that, it turns into a foul. And now Creskill's got to sit and think as they are now only up by 4 with 4:54 left to go in this fourth quarter and a full timeout. So we're going to take a break on the NFHS Network.
Olive Garden delivers the final moments. Bring home Italian favorites and they'll cheer for you on game day. Olive Garden is the official dining room of high school sports, and with the new catering delivery service, you never have to miss a moment.
And welcome back to the NFHS Network, the coverage of the Group 1 championships of the NJSIAA. Woodbury on a 9-5 run to start the fourth quarter. And Aaron Estrada going to the line after completing the basket to complete the three-point play right here. And he does just that. It's a one-possession game now, 54-51. So as we mentioned, Woodbury needs to make some stops here. They got that steal just before the timeout from Estrada. Looking to make one right here as well. Looks like they're playing in a 3-2 zone almost.
Doubling up and getting the strip again, Estrada.
And that worked that time. Estrada taking the ball up. Here is Carter for three for the tie. No good.
Out of bounds. Woodbury ball.
Ferrara wasn't able to stay in play. Woodbury keeps it underneath that basket. 4:18 to go in the fourth. So Woodbury with a chance to cut it to one or possibly even tie the game right here. They might try to slow the pace down a little bit. It's Magruder over to Estrada. Estrada going cross court now over to Carter. Carter a couple dribbles with the left hand.
And Woodbury again has started to spread the floor, moving the ball around, multiple players touching. It's opened their offense back up. That's why they're on this run right now and why they have it to within 3.
And Harvey ties it up with that three. Couple steps in, they pull back. 54 all now with 3:38 to go.
And it's Jay-Sean Harvey who has been that player. We said it had to be somebody other than Aaron Estrada.
And some pressure that time from Woodbury. Cresskill gets it up, and the foul as Radovich tried to put the ball through, and he'll go to the line for two. Jay-Sean Harvey was just called for his third personal. Woodbury's fourth of the half. Radovich will get the two freebies right here, trying to break the tie. And he does just that. So 55-54 now. In favor of the North Group 1 champion Cresskill Cougars. Facing the champions from the South Group 1, Woodbury. Radovich gets both free throws. And Cresskill now with a 2-point lead. Estrada being patient. That's it up to Harvey. It's almost like you have 3 point guards out there right now, just trying to control the tempo. Now Estrada being guarded heavily, kicks it out to Parker. Parker with the foul line jumper is good. And we're now up at 56.
Woodbury has started to stretch the floor. They're stretching the offense, stretching the players that are holding the ball. That is what brought them right back into this game. Honors even at 56 with 2:43 to go. And Cresskill has to basically sit and think about this, so they call yet another timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Both teams will have 3 timeouts remaining on the board for the remainder of this. And what a day it has been. And it's kind of hard to believe that we sit here at 8:02, so we've been 8 hours on the air now. But a Group 4 game, 56-53, Shawnee over Newark East Side. Group 2, Haddonfield driving away with that one, 62-45 over Newark Central. Nottingham was down and came back over to win this one, 60-53 over Chatham. And now we sit here at 56 all with 2:43 left to go in the fourth quarter in this Group 1 game between Woodbury and Cresskill.
And we've had a little bit of everything in all 4 games so far. This game definitely not the exception, as it's going to probably come down to the wire now with 2:40 to go. Luchabella and Sikoriak in the backcourt. And Luchabella just holding the ball. And of course, like as we mentioned all day, no shot clock in the NJSIAA. They'll take their time. And now Estrada slowly creeping up to Luchabella. Now they'll pass it back to Sikoriak. And playing a little game of catch there between the two guards. Now gets it inside to Ferrara. Now kicks it out. Back outside to Sikoriak. Back to Ferrara. Going between the 3 teammates in black as we're under 2 minutes now. And now he puts up the 3, no good. That was Ferrara. Estrada brings the ball back. He pulls out. He'll try to take it one-on-one here. Dribbling across. And now Harvey pulls it back. Now back to Estrada going baseline with the scoop and the basket.
And Woodbury's back on top, 58-56. What can't Aaron Estrada do?
Doesn't seem like much. Here is Luchabella. Once again, Sikoriak pulling the ball back with 1:10 to go. Cresskill down to 58-56. Being patient right here. We're trying to look for something good. Now we're under a minute to go here in the Group 1 championship. Here's a 3 from Luchabella, no good, off the side of the rim. He tried to save it, and he did. Great play that time by Harrison Luchabella. Cresskill has a little bit of life here, and the basket for Luka Radovich.
58 all.
That was a great play that time from Ushabella to secure the ball as Woodbury will call timeout. And it will be a full timeout. So with that, we're going to take a quick break here on the NFHS Network and come back with what might be the conclusion of this game or possibly some more basketball in a moment.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Another classic game here in the NJSIAA Championships between Woodbury and Cresskill, 58-58 with 30.5 seconds left to go. And Aaron Estrada, who is one of the premier players in New Jersey, with 18 points. Woodbury has the ball coming in. Should he take the ball himself for the final shot or try to look for somebody else?
I think Creskill's going to probably focus on Aaron Estrada. As much as you want to say, yes, Aaron Estrada, you're the man, take this ball. The best thing for Woodbury might possibly be Aaron Estrada not taking this ball. It really might actually need to go into the hands of Jayshawn Harvey, and Harvey being the one to get this shot. Both of them juniors, so they're coming back next year.
Yes. So here we go, the final 30 seconds, possibly, of a tied game right here. Aaron Estrada looking to take the ball lefty, comes back. Here's Carter with 15 to go. Now Carter being pushed off a little bit, trying to find something a little aggressive play that time. And with that, nowhere to go, and Woodbury will call another timeout with 7.9 left to go. And this will be another full timeout. But we'll keep it right here for the final 7.9 seconds of this fourth quarter tied at 58. And again, that pressure that Cresskill just put on, even with Estrada or Harvey or Carter, whoever it may go to, Creskill's going to make sure they don't get anything easy.
Yeah, I think Creskill's content to probably just ride this one out and go to overtime. And we saw it. They literally had 3 up. So even though Woodbury was dropping people back to try to create options up at the half-court line, Woodbury wasn't able to even dish the ball off to be able to get to one of those options. They were basically tied up no matter which way they went. But it was also very good play by Cresskill not to do something bad and commit a foul there. They were making sure they were getting body to body, but not where they were actually getting body to the body and bumping somebody in the run of play.
Our in-game box score also, too. Michael Farrar still with 12 points, hasn't hit any more threes since the third quarter. Luka Radovich right now leads Cresskill with 19. And for Woodbury, Aaron Estrada with 21. Jayshawn Harvey has 13, and Marcus Magruder with 12. That's basically the bulk of the scoring for Woodbury, with 7.9 left to go in the fourth quarter of a tied game here at the Rock, 58 all. Trying to get to Estrada. He gets the ball. He'll try to take the ball to the basket. He pulls up from the foul line. He gets fouled.
That is probably about the worst thing that Cresskill could do. We just talked about how good they were doing, getting body to body but not bumping, and that is about the worst thing they could possibly do.
Estrada got whacked on the elbow. Here's the first of 2, and he makes it. As Woodbury takes a 1-point lead with 4.2 left to go.
If you're Woodbury, get everybody off the line, get back and box. Make sure you are pushing everything outside. Do not let them come down the center.
He makes the second. It's a 2-point game. And Cresskill will call a timeout with 4.2 left to go. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll keep it here again for the final 4 seconds, of this amazing game. Now, we just talked about what Woodbury would do if it would be Aaron Estrada, and lo and behold, he does exactly what probably most of us probably would think, but not necessarily. Now, on the flip side, with Cresskill 4 seconds to go, they have to take the ball 90 feet away on a college court. No, it's going to probably go in the hands of Luka Radovich, but it's going to have to come from Harrison Luciabella to bring the ball up and somehow get a quick basket in the final 4 seconds.
Well, here's something that could be very interesting, and we'll have to see if Cresskill does this. In high school basketball, the clock cannot start until the ball is touched by another player. You might see, and I haven't seen this in decades, but we might see a good old-fashioned rollout play where the inbounding player just bowls the ball and let it roll all the way down the court. They'll pick it up about a step or two before the half-court line and then try to either alley-oop, outlet, or drive deep quick in, right up the line, get a foul committed, or get the 2 and bring it to a tie ball game. And look at where everybody on Cresskill is standing.
All lined up at half court. And before the inbounds pass, going to call another timeout.
So they were just going to go for the outlet there. They were lined up in a football formation, kind of going to Hail Mary, 3 wide, and they were just going to try to jack this one all the way down the court and do the Christian Leitner turnaround. Now they're going to rethink this one, so they could come out again and try to go with the outlet, or they could go with the roll.
So once again, 4.2 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Woodbury with a 2-point lead, 60-58. Both teams only have 1 timeout remaining. The foul situation, Cresskill has 6. Woodbury has 4, so they still have 2 more fouls to give, and they have the option of doing that on a dead ball foul to see if Cresskill makes any kind of changes from that inbounds. But not sure if Cresskill is going to go once again with that football pass like they looks like they were setting up to do right now, even though, once again, everyone is lined up all the way at half court.
Yeah, I think that might be just Creskill's option here is going to be go with the outlet pass. They're going to try to do a deep outlet and go turn and shoot.
And the inbound pass, it is going deep. Estrada right there to pick it off. That's Magruder. He gets fouled with 1.6 seconds left to go. So Aaron Estrada, who has been Mr. Everything this game, this entire season, with the defensive play of the game. And Marcus Magruder will go to the line. As this is a bonus now, 1-1. So he has to hit the first one in order to get to the line for the second attempt. But you want to make sure you at least make the one. If you make both, this game is over. Magruder slowly puts it up. It's no good. Ball's pushed up. The half-court heave. It's no good. And Woodbury are the Group 1 NJSIAA champions of 2018.
Well, they came in last year. They know what it takes to be here. Repeat, coming back. Unfortunately, they didn't walk away with the title last year, losing to Verona 69-54. They had that monkey on their back all season long, saying, we want to go back there. We want to do this again, and we want a different result this time. They were able to get the result they wanted in a very tight game against a very good Cresskill team, and they come out the 2-point victors, 60-58.
Woodbury outscoring Cresskill 19-9 in the fourth quarter. And Aaron Estrada, we're going to keep saying his name. We've kept saying his name all night. 23 points, valiant effort. And, of course, at the very end, or right by the very end, the key deflection to get the ball to Marcus Magruder, who drew the foul. Did not hit the free throws, but too little too late for Cresskill as they were not able to get the half-court heave to go. And Woodbury does pick up their first ever championship in New Jersey.
So South Jersey runs the day.
No championships for North Jersey. Valiant effort by Cresskill again, as it was both ways. Cresskill did have a 8-point lead at the end of the third quarter, 49-41. But once again, Aaron Estrada led the way with 23 points. But you got to give credit also to Andre Parker, Jay Sean Harvey for playing a valiant game as well, especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it has been an absolutely phenomenal day of games. I mean, just every single game literally was a classic championship game. You can't ask for a better day of basketball for a championship Sunday in the NJSIAA. I mean, both on the boys' side, and of course, you know, we've talked about all the games coming from the girls' side in Toms River, and you've got Shawnee, Haddonfield, Nottingham, and Woodbury on the boys' side going to the Tournament of Champions next week. University, Manasquan, Old Tappan, and Franklin on the girls' side. It's going to be one heck of another week of basketball in the state of New Jersey.
So with that, we're going to wrap up our coverage here at the Rec. This has been a spectacular 4 games of basketball that we've seen pretty much from 12 noon up until 8:15 tonight here on Daylight Savings Time. You know, go outside, it's not going to be light, but knowing by tomorrow we'll be able to see the light when we go outside at 7 o'clock. But we just want to thank our crew here, our producer Mika Harris, our graphics operator Deshaun Dennis, and the camera operator Lorenzo Dennis. And for my partner Matt Joas, this is Larry Courtney signing off from the Rack. Once again, the final score in the Group 1 championship, it's the Thundering Herd of Woodbury 60 and the Cougars of Cresskill 58. Thank you for watching our coverage of the NJSIAA championships here on the NFHS Network, and we'll talk to you next time.